All right, in this video, I'm going to be walking through the new StoryBrand.ai and see if this could actually be something for therapists to use. I'm actually going to use one of my current clients on this and to kind of see how my work might stand up to what StoryBrand.ai has done. Since I was a StoryBrand guy for 5 years, I'm no longer one, but I was one for 5 years, so I'm curious of how this is going to stack up. So, all right, so let's jump in. Okay, so the way they kind of work this out is that you can create a brand profile. So create a campaign, create an individual asset, blank canvas, or ask a question. Okay, so what they really want you to start off with is create a brand profile. So I already did one for my other business, Thersas, but I'm going to do one here for Seven Oaks Therapy. And let's see here, what products or services. So I'm just going to grab things from the current website and then we'll add it in. Okay, so what product special services do you offer? Specialized in counseling women and teen girls. They are adding couples later, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that out for now. Target audience is women and teen girls, focused on trauma, anxiety, chronic depression. I'm getting this right from the website. What are the main problems? Here we go. Symptoms of trauma, chronic stress, depression, anxiety. Counseling and therapy is the solution. They have wonderful 100% focused on women and couples. They do have they stand out because they have strong customer reviews. They're at least master's level clinicians, and the call to action is really schedule an appointment today. Now you can notice here that there's up to 300 characters, so you could add more. And I imagine the way AI works is the more information you give them, the better the output they have. So, but I'm going to go ahead and just save this, and let's just see what they can come up with. So let's go ahead and let's go back to home here. Let's go to my campaigns. And I'm really curious of, let's start a new campaign here. We're going to use Seven Oaks Therapy. Pick that brand. And we're going to choose some assets here. Now, we could choose all the assets and all the things, but I'll just choose a couple here. So let's do a brand script. Let's do a tagline. Let's get some lead magnet ideas out of this. Let's wireframe a website. Let's do a one-liner. And let's do some video scripts. Ooh, I'm also interested in nurture emails. Okay, all things that I like to use for websites and then also for like Thersas and automating email campaigns. I won't do sales email right now because therapists have they don't really do sales a whole lot, but I think we could give them resources like lead magnets, lead generate PDF ideas. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's hit next. And let's start with the brand script. All right, let's see here. Let's zoom in. What do they want? The character, women and teen girls seeking healing. Okay, probably more specifically, they're seeking counseling, and healing. Healing is sort of a success from that, I think. Experience healing. So the product, what your character is seeking for is your service. So counseling is what it is. Externals, they need specialized counseling. Well, the problem is externally is they're probably having panic attacks, relationship issues. So that's not exactly accurate. Internally, feeling overwhelmed and anxious. Yeah. So not need for specialized. The externals, that's not really it. So feeling overwhelmed and anxious, what externals, their daily, like what do they need daily? What's their experience daily? So they could be, struggle, with friendships. Maybe there's panic attacks. We could say debilitating. Let's go ahead and say struggle with friendships, debilitating. There's a few more. Let's add internal angry. So there's so much feeling. Okay, hold on a second. So maybe they're struggling at work, right? Struggling to focus at work, or struggling to feel, the other one is focus at work, anxious, there's a lot of anxiety maybe around, struggle to feel like a good mom. something like that. Okay, empathy. We understand how isolating, distressing, anxiety. Okay, good. Competency authority. Our master's level clinicians have strong customer reviews, especially in women's therapy. Yeah, our seasoned clinicians. Let's put it that seasoned clinicians have strong customer reviews, and extensive work with women. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we give them a plan. All good. Schedule your first appointment online, or just schedule your first appointment. Meet our compassionate therapists. Begin your healing journey. So you could also do this, like, review our compassionate therapist, right? So this could be your first one, right? So you have one. Review our compassion therapist. 2 can be fill out the new appointment form online. 3, begin your healing journey. All right, take the first step. Decision you can feel good about. Schedule appointment now. Book now. Okay. Lost and anxious, empowered and healed. Success, experiencing healing over. Okay. Tragic results. Continue suffering in silence, feeling lost and alone. Hey, that's good. Pretty good. All right, let's keep going. Now we're on to the wireframe we're building out here. All right. Empowering healing through women through healing therapy. Are you struggling with anxiety and feelings of isolation? All right. So not bad. That's clear. Don't let anxiety hold you back. Those are 6 pain points. I'd maybe have 3 or 4. Experience healing and renewed confidence. I like a brighter future. You feel empowered and whole. Yeah. I mean, it's all decent. Copywriting. It's a little general. We understand your journey. With years of experience, we're here to guide you in healing. Okay. We could probably find a third one in here. So if we would have filled out that brand thing a bit more, then that probably would have come out a bit more clear. Never knew how healing could be until I came to Seven Oaks. Nice. Simple 3 steps. Explore a therapist. Fill out a form. Good. You don't have to face these challenges alone. Yeah, so that's not bad. I mean, this is what we came up. We specialize in counseling women and teen girls. I think that's a little more clear than this up here, empowering women through healing therapy. We may add that underneath, right? Empowering women through healing therapy. Okay, not bad. Let's try a lead generating PDF here. Oh, I'm going to say, I'll leave it to you. Okay, so here is this is the 5 steps to overcoming anxiety. What is this? A lead generating PDF. Yeah, this is really good. I would even say this here was gold. Many women and teen girls are struggling with anxiety and debilitating panic attacks and overwhelming feeling of not being able to control their lives. If you're grappling with these challenges, you know that you're not alone. At Seven Oaks, we specialize in counseling women and teen girls. We understand how isolating, distressing feelings could be. Yeah, these are all good. This frustrating can be debilitating, right? There's this other, and the guilt of feeling inadequate as a mother that makes it much harder. Feeling of being overwhelmed. This is good. This is actually probably a really good video script for you to make a video out of. But there's hope. Here are 5 essential steps to overcoming anxiety. Acknowledge your feelings. Create a support system. Establish healthy boundaries. Practice mindfulness or meditation. Seek professional counsel. All right. So that's actually really solid. 5 steps to overcome anxiety and embrace your empowerment journey. Yeah, I could probably 5 steps to overcome a journey, and I would say from professional advice from professional therapists or something like that to kind of, because there's a lot of blog posts out here like that, but I think that's pretty decent. All right, so that's a lead generating PDF, and you could take out and expand these even more. Right, you could have an email campaign based on all these things, or create more assets based on it. Cool. I guess you could hit revise down here or copy and get it going. But let's hit next. Let's get some lead gen ideas. Now, lead generators are really they're called lead magnets. So what that is what assets that you can create that you can then exchange for somebody's email address. It's like a lead magnet, right? For an email address, we'll give you this resource. All right, so what we got here are some lead generators. We have Empower Your Mind, a guide to overcoming anxiety. Yeah. free ebook. Compassionate listening checklist. I like that for couples maybe to get a better friendships, improve their friendships. Transformational webinar, finding your healing path. That's not clear at all. The self-care blueprint, 10 steps to renewed confidence, real stories of healing, inspiring testimonials. Okay, so these are like different topics. This one would be cool. The compassionate listening checklist. Make that a webinar. I think that would be pretty good. If I copy this, what does that do? Maybe you could bring it in. So let's go off the beaten path. Let's do a blank canvas and just say, can you create a webinar outline with this title? So it's been about 10 seconds now and it's still thinking. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's really completing the full webinar outline. All right, I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to put that in here and see what happens. Introduction, understanding compassionate listening, define compassionately and differentiate between hearing and active listening, strengthening connection. Oh, this is actually pretty good. View. I'm going to ask it, could you shorten this to a 30-minute webinar and just leave in the tactical and practical advice that we should give. All right, so we'll let them think here. Overviewing the compassionate listening checklist. So we'd have to create a checklist. AI could probably do that. Break down the checklist components. These are right here, right? Creating. Those are all components. Okay. Nice. This is all really, I'm impressed. This is pretty good so far, right? As far as like, just getting something going. Practical tips for implementing compassionate listening, role playing, interactive session. I mean, you could almost create like an intensive, right? So like an intensive day of counseling out of this. To be really interesting. Let's copy this here and let's go deeper. Just see what we got here. 5 minutes, key components to the checklist, practical strategies. Good. Look at that. You have a 30-minute webinar right there. Yeah, and then you can get it like a checklist out of this. But let me just ask, could you create a checklist for me to go along with this webinar? Now, that would be interesting if it could create, we may be able to go up here and ask a question to this one, but this is like the blank canvas and you have a helper right here. So looking at this here, it looks good, actually. Let's just copy this here. Let's put it here, introduction, webinar, key component. Wait, it's literally the same thing. Is it? Additional, wait. Cool, I can do undo and just copy this here. All right, what do we got here? Here's our checklist. A comprehensive checklist for listening checklist. Yeah, and you can just ad lib or riff on this for a little bit. Turn this into a PDF. Let's go up here to ask any question. Oh, okay, look at this. Consult the brain. If I click on that. Oh, that's cool. So it's just a halves it. Oh, nice. All right. So, but when I go to ask any questions, you'll see this compassionate. So this is like a, it's like a new thread in ChatGPT. The way it's styled. So that works, right? So it basically captured my conversation with AI right here on the side. Cool. All right, let's go back to my campaigns. We're back into Seven Oaks here. We've completed these. Let's click on a one-liner and see what we got. So I just said, less anxiety, the hold that past trauma has on you will be loosened. Kind of poetic voice. So let's see what comes up. Here's the one-liner. Many women and girls feel overwhelmed by anxiety and past trauma. At Seven Oaks Therapy, we provide compassionate counseling that helps you heal so you can experience renewed confidence and empowerment. Not bad. Clear. That's the one-liner. I don't know if we have to generate a tagline, which is kind of similar to a one-liner, I would imagine. All right, schedule your path to empowerment. All right, not as helpful. Let's check out nurture emails. Now you have different types of nurture emails. So what I will do is, let's just do our story. Let's do educational content here. I'm going to say mental health for women is kind of the industry. What areas would you like your audience and would gain more insight in education? Just like, or just mental wellness, really. Let me just give it, what are the negative stakes? Oh, why aren't they pulling this from the other one? You know, more anxiety, panic attacks. Why is this brand uniquely qualified to be positioned? You know, you specialize in helping women. So I want you to kind of imagine like your own. This is why it's helpful to have a niche, because then you can get like way more granular and with the AI to work with, so it can be more specific. Now, obviously, you could probably give it even more information, but I'm always curious about how much AI can actually generate, given on just some basic information. But the more you give it, the better information the output you give out, and that's just kind of the general rule with AI. All right, so this is what it came up. It's pretty good, similar to the lead gen PDF, I think. You know, gives 3 steps: reach out for support, take small steps. Yeah, I mean, this is all pretty good stuff. Like, I would probably make this shorter. It brings in a story about Sarah. It says educational content. I don't know how helpful this is. Yeah, I'm not sure if we could take this. Like, what I would love to see is like, give me a list of like a bunch of emails that we could create off of this, right? So current, you know, generate suggestions. So not as helpful. I would love to have more education content on this. Let's just do one more. Social media posts. Let's create one. 7 Oaks. We'll use this brand. Yeah, you know, increase followers and brand awareness. Let's call. Let's just do Facebook. Okay, here we go. A calming therapy room with comfortable seating and soft lighting. All right, so you're kind of showing the space. That makes sense. A group of smiling female therapists in a welcoming setting. So maybe this isn't. Oh yeah, these are just images it's suggesting here. Giveaway alert to celebrate community. We're giving away self-care package. Okay, that's fun. Testimony graphic. Visual of process. Step 1, reach out. Okay, a lighthearted graphic of women sipping self-care human alert. When you realize that prioritizing mental health isn't selfish, it's essential to share your favorite self-care tips. All right, so you're creating some community around that, behind the scenes of a therapy session, interactive poll, visual charts. So yeah, just kind of like the different social media things you could do. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I can see where you probably want to hire someone who specializes in marketing to take some of these ideas and make them even further. So anyways, that's an overview of StoryBrand.ai. I won't belabor it anymore. Got your brand profiles. You can ask any questions. So this is just you know, working with ChatGPT probably and getting information. You know, it's pretty good. And then you have your canvas. So if you want to write ideas down, you can consult the brain. Here's your different campaigns, which I wonder if like where the assets are. You can't get more specific with the assets unless you go even deeper maybe. So yeah, I guess you could go in here and just create on the left here, like, but they don't have like multiple, like an email campaign. I wonder why they don't have that. So I bet you could ask the brain this, like ask a question, you know, could you create, all right, so like, could you create a 7 email campaign to nurture a client lead into scheduling an appointment as it relates to past trauma? Right, so let's do this. So it's going to maybe create the 7. The other thing I'd be interested in is like video scripts. Could you create a video script for me based on this person's expertise and client focus? Thank them for the interest. Okay, so you'd have to write this out yourself. And I would say, could you expand the body into for each email into a fully written email that's less than 100 words. Okay, so it's currently writing it. Subject, welcome to what is trauma and how does it affect us? Are you experiencing symptoms of trauma? Our compassionate approach to trauma, good. Success stories, customer care plans, call to action. Yeah, so this is all based on kind of, this is the plan, the StoryBrand plan, science, help. So these are like the pain points, understanding trauma, some education. This is pretty cool. Like I think some of the parameters that StoryBrand AI put in, like the what do you want to call it? Like the logic, like keep it within these frameworks could be pretty helpful. And then you can expand it. Like you may be able to take one of these emails and expand it even more. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious your thoughts. So that's kind of an overview of StoryBrand AI. That's as a marketer for therapists, I would probably be using this resource just to kind of get some ideas going out there, right? Just to iterate even faster. And you can take this information and you could easily plug it into TheraSAS, my CRM, to automate these emails. Like there's so much you could do with this. It's pretty cool. Thanks so much for joining me on this video, and I'll see you in the next one in my AI video series.